Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be doing a little repotting today, and on my Instagram a couple days ago I posted for people to ask me some questions, so I'm going to do a Q&A part while I repot my plants. I have quite a few to repot because I have been really putting off repotting my plants. I am really not a fan of repotting, and so I thought it would be a little bit more enjoyable to do like a little Q&A with it. If you would like to participate next time, my Instagram is Plants by Kenna, so you can head over there and follow me and ask me all the questions. So we'll just go ahead and get started. And also, funny story, I ordered some pumice for my soil a couple days ago, and I was going to make my soil this morning before I did a repot, and I got the pumice in yesterday, and when I went to the front porch, the package was like really small, and so I thought, great, I ordered the wrong size. And so I opened it and it was a phone case. So I'm not really sure how that happened, but Amazon totally messed up my order. So I had to use Perlite, and that kind of bummed me out, but here we are. Got my soil. First plant, I'm going to do this Silver Hero. And you guys, like, all of these plants seriously need repotted. Like, all of the roots are out the bottom on every single one of these. So this was much needed. Gotta find the pot for it. Okay, so I'm just going to be putting it in a little bit bigger sized nursery pot. Ignore Tuck's like totally lapping up his water. Okay, so first question, favorite plant versus least favorite plant. I'm gonna do this like in my collection, like out of plants I have in my collection. So favorite plant. Ooh, that's a hard one. Probably my Gloriosum. I will put a picture of it on the screen for any of you that are new, but I talk about it all the time, and it is definitely my favorite plant. Least favorite plant. That's pretty hard because I feel like if I don't like a plant, I just get rid of it. Well, least favorite plant that I don't have is succulents. And it's not that I don't like them, like I like the way they look, but they do not like me. So that's one that I don't have in my collection anymore. Least favorite plant that I do have in my collection. Tux is licking the tripod again. Holy cow. Okay, I'm back. Least favorite plant in my collection. Trying to look around, think of what I don't really like. Honestly, lately my alocasia have really been driving me crazy. I only have two. I have a Maharani and I have a, what are those called? African, I'll put the name on the screen, I can't remember, but they are so finicky, and I don't really like finicky plants, honestly, unless it's like a really uncommon plant, then I'm willing to work a little bit harder. But yeah, favorite plant, Gloriosum. Least favorite plant, Alocasia. Here is the Silver Hero. It looks good. Okay, next plant. I am going to do this Forgetii, also one of my favorites, and it has some chunky roots out the bottom. And I'm also just going to be putting this one in like a one size bigger pot. So, second question. Number one plant care tip. That's also a hard one. Wow, this one was real earthbound. Honestly, for this question, I think not overthinking it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I still do this, but especially when I first got into plants, it was like I felt like I always needed to be like doing something with them, or like treating for pests or trying to prevent pests and watering and repotting, and like, yes, all those things are really important and you still have to do them, but plants are a lot more resilient than we give them credit for, and they will live without your care for a while. So I have been working lately on trying not to make plant chores a chore and more of like a hobby. So if I'm not feeling it, like, I just won't do it. And I know that kind of sounds like I don't take care of my plants, and I definitely do. But I also have more important things in my life that I have to tend to before my plants. So yeah, I think just like not overthinking it and overdoing it, because I think if you continue to do that, you will burn yourself out before too long. So just let the plants do their thing. And I'm not saying like treating your plants for pests and watering is like not important, because it is. But if it's stressing you out or causing you to feel like it's more of a job instead of a hobby, just let your plants do their thing. Here is the forgetty eye. I think it will be much happier in that pot. Okay, next plant. Coffee break. Okay, next plant is this little Billy. And the Billy is just getting this size pot too. I've really been on like a nursery pot kick. I love the way terracotta looks, but my plants dry out so incredibly fast. And I just feel like the root growth in a terracotta pot is not as good as in nursery pots. So I've been really trying to transition my plants to nursery pots. And if I like the way the terracotta looks like in my house, I'll just set the nursery pot down inside the terracotta and use it as like a cover pot. So that's what I've been doing lately. Okay, next question. Why did I start collecting plants? So I have been collecting plants since probably like 2018 or 2019. My mom is really into like outdoor stuff. Like we always had a huge garden growing up, and like she always did like landscaping and stuff. And that kind of got me into like plants in general. And then I just like started, I just remember like right before COVID hit, I just like kept going plant shopping and like buying all these plants. And then when COVID hit, whoa, there's a bug. When COVID hit, that's when I really started ordering plants. And I can't even remember. I think the first plant that I ever ordered online was my Hoya compacta, and I ordered it from Hertz Gardens, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever that I could order plants online. And then I moved away from home to go to college, and I moved to Springfield, which is where I currently live, and there's just a lot more like nurseries and houseplant options, because I'm from a small town before I moved up here, and there wasn't really like any place you could buy houseplants besides like Walmart. And so that really like threw me into it, and I was literally buying a plant every couple days. Like, it was ridiculous. And then I met a couple people in the plant community that were like more into rare plants, and then here we are. I am going crazy over rare plants. But that's like how I started collecting plants. I don't really know why. I think just like being around people that loved plants too, and like growing up around that just made me want to buy plants. And here is the Billy. so cute. This thing is so little and I really want a big one, but I just want to see this thing grow into a big plant, so I'm keeping it. Okay. Next plant. I think I'm gonna pot up this Syngonium freckles. It's in sphagnum moss and the roots are like wrapping around the bottom. So I'm going to do that. Next question is my dream job. And I have a lot of answers for this one because I have realistic expectations and I have some not so realistic expectations. So if I had it my way and money were not of like value, like if I didn't need money or I just had so much money that I didn't have to do anything, then I would definitely be a stay-at-home dog mom. I think Tux would enjoy that a lot, and honestly, I might get bored after a while, so I'd probably have to do like something on the side. I don't know. Maybe work at a plant shop. That'd be nice. Or start a plant business. So that's not very realistic. That's probably never going to happen unless I like win the lottery or get famous. Neither of those are probably going to happen. So that one's kind of out the window. One thing I really wish I would have done is, so I've seen on TikTok, I don't know if it's actually a thing. I think it definitely is, but more like in big cities. You can be like an interior designer for people that have a lot of money and they hire you to decorate their house with plants. And I think that would be a really fun job. Like I would definitely enjoy going to work every day. So also not very realistic because I'm probably not going to move to a bigger city and I'm not getting my degree in interior design. But I think that would be a wonderful job for anyone who lives in the city and wants to work with plants every day. Okay, I got the sphagnum off. And I'm just gonna be putting this in soil. And I have this little pot for it. Okay, so realistically, what was that? So just a little backstory. I am going to school for social work. I graduate in a year with my bachelor's and then I have been accepted into a grad program here in Springfield and I'm going to get my master's, which is also another year. So that's what I want to do. I want to work in child welfare. And honestly, I don't really know what my dream job would be in my career because the thing about social work is a lot of people move around a lot. So it might be my dream job for like a year and then I'll probably move. But my dream job right now, like that I would be really proud of myself for getting, is the forensic interviewer for the state of Missouri. I think that would be a really good accomplishment and that is something I really want to do. So those are my dream jobs, realistic and unrealistic. Here is the Syngonium freckles. I think it's gonna do a lot better in soil with some nutrient. Okay, next plant. This one is real bound, like embarrassingly. It is like really coming out the bottom. Oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna be putting this one in a little bit bigger pot. All right. I'm making a mess. Like always. This is why I hate repotting. Okay, next question. Most unique plant in my collection. This is a hard one. I think I have a lot of cool Hoya. I just think Hoya is unique in general. I know a lot of people probably don't. But I think, oh boy, this is bad news. Honestly, I think my most unique plant that's like totally different from the rest is my Syngonium Starlight that I just got. I will insert a picture because I am so happy that I have that plant in my collection now. And it's definitely unique. Holy cow. Look at this. Whew. Anyway, I think that's probably my most unique plant. I feel like all plants are unique in their own way. But that one is definitely, like the leaf shape is so much different than any of my other plants. I also think the Hoya, what's it called? Hoya, it starts with I'll insert what it's called on the screen. But the veining on some Hoya, I think, is really unique. Some of them like literally look fake. Okay, here is this one. Also going to do so much better. Also, what's kind of funny is all of these plants that needed repotted were ones that were in my IKEA cabinet. So I definitely think the high humidity, high light is like causing some serious root growth, because I'm not even kidding, most of these plants have been repotted less than 3 months ago. So it's like, I can't even keep up with all these plants. Okay. I got too much stuff going on. You guys can't even see me. Okay, next plant is, let me get it out. Next plant is my Florida Ghost, and it needs to be like staked up or something because it's getting real top heavy. And I'm also just gonna be putting it in one of these nursery pots. Okie doke. Let's see what these roots look like. Oh yeah. She needed repotted. This thing, it wasn't coming out the bottom yet, but its newer leaf, as you can see, is kind of a little bit smaller. So I kind of figured that it needed to be repotted. Okay, next question. If I could go back to the start of my plant journey and change one thing, what would it be? So I thought long and hard about this one, and what I can conclude that I kind of mentioned earlier is that I just kind of like went crazy the first couple months. Like, I wasn't trying to look around for like a good price or look at my options. I was just like impulse buying left and right. And I feel like that ended up causing a lot of unwanted stress, and also I wasn't able to take care of all the plants that I was buying. Like I said, I was literally buying a plant like every other day, and I also like did not have that much experience, so it was like I didn't really know what I was doing, and yet I was bringing home all these plants that I didn't know how to care for. And when I got into rare plants, I did the exact same thing, and I still didn't know how to like take care of rare plants. So yeah, I just kind of like winged it. And I bought my Monstera Albo actually when I like had no idea what I was doing. And it's still here and it's still doing good, so I don't really regret it. But if I could go back and change one thing, I think I would just have myself be more patient and look for a better deal, and you know, like try to buy the healthiest plant and buy from like a reputable seller instead of just like impulse buy everything. Okay, there is the Florida Ghost. I love this plant so much. It's so unique. This is the one Tux loves too. He likes to try to eat it. All right, next one. I'm covered in dirt. Ugh. Next one is the Syngonium Pink Splash. Oh, and it's definitely root bound. And I'm just gonna be putting it in one of these that I took a plant out of. Next question. My go-to coffee order. So, I haven't been going to a lot of coffee shops lately, but I used to all the time. And my go-to coffee order was always a iced blonde vanilla latte with almond milk. Like, I got that everywhere I went. But I started branching out a lot more. It's definitely iced coffee. I don't like hot coffee very much. But I'm a Starbucks gal. Starbucks all the way. I don't even really know how this is a controversy. Starbucks versus Dunkin'. Just kidding. If you like Dunkin', I'm not hating on you. I just don't like Dunkin'. Anyway, so I like Starbucks and I go there a lot. And I've been getting cold brew a lot. So maybe I would say that's my go-to coffee order now. Starbucks cold brew. I like the new one, the chocolate cream. So good. Okay. Syngonium Pink Splash. Looking a lot better. Okay, I gotta dump this real quick. Okay, I have reached the end. I have one plant left and it's the worst one because it's big. Okay, so this is my, don't look at the roots, but this is my Anthurium clarinervium and it has another inflow. So I did a video a couple months ago on collecting Anthurium pollen and I still have that pollen saved. So hopefully when this opens up, I'm going to pollinate it and see if I can get it to produce some seeds. So hopefully I'll have a video on that soon. But this thing has been really, this plant specifically is the reason why I haven't done a repot. Because I just don't want to do it. Ooh. I don't want to break it. Freak. All right, I'm gonna get like a skewer to. Let's see if this works. I don't want to break any roots. This thing has some of the biggest roots I think I've ever seen. Last time I repotted it, it was like, they were huge. Holy moly. Ah! Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of embarrassed, so I'm covered in dirt. That went everywhere. Okay. Freak. Okay, so I've got a pretty big pot to put it in, but okay, last question. This is one that Andrew asked, of course. But he asked what my favorite plant was that he's ever bought me. And actually, he's bought me quite a few plants, especially when I don't have any money, but I really want a plant. He's like, all right, I'll give you 40 bucks or whatever. And then we go halvesies on a lot of them. So, but my favorite plant that he's ever bought me is definitely my Waro. Yeah. I love that thing, even though it's really struggling. It's doing better. It has 2 leaves now and a lot of roots. So I think it's definitely on the mend. But for the first couple months, I thought she was a goner. That's all the questions I have. I will update you guys on my garden again. So I said last week that I was gonna do a garden video so that you guys could see what my garden looks like. and it was doing so good. And then last week when I went to video, it went to shit. We have these really cute little baby rabbits in our yard, and I love them. Like, I think they're the cutest things ever. But they ate my garden, and so now I'm kind of like having to start back over. So I'm still gonna do a video because I think that is the true reality of gardening, you know? But I'm not gonna lie, it does not look as good as it did when I planted it. They ate my carrots, they ate my broccoli, they ate all of my peppers, and they dug up the seeds for my loofah. So I literally have nothing but tomatoes and strawberries, and I'm kind of bummed about it, but I'm just gonna replant. It's still pretty early, so I still have time to replant, and I'm gonna get some kind of like deterrent, or I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something because my garden is like in the perfect area, the perfect conditions, and it was gonna be perfect, and then rabbits ate it. So I'm gonna fix it and it will come back. All right, this is the last one. All done. It's kind of brutal. So I think that is gonna be it for this video. I am going to clean this horrible mess up. So thank you so much for watching and for chatting with me, and those of you who commented on my Q&A on Instagram, I really appreciate it. Like I said, if you want to ask me questions next time, head over to my Instagram and you'll find it there. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I will see you guys in the next video. He's my filming buddy.